Hey, this is going to be a 50 facts video that I am planning to do, inspired by Chuggaaconroy himself, his own 50 facts video that I think is off now. So here we go, my own 50 facts. And sorry about the mic. Here we go. My favorite thing to watch, despite not having cable for about a year now, is Bleach. Excluding the internet, my favorite TV show would have to be Kyle XY, and that was the only thing that kept my attention for more than a year. Kid, bananas were practically the only thing I ever ate until I came to the age 7, and I couldn't stand the taste of it. Halo is my most favorite video game series due to its vast background, and yeah, I will consider myself to be a fanboy, because I've gotten carried away a lot when someone said it sucked. So here comes the comments telling me it sucks. My parents bought me 8 goldfish, and I named them all after my friends in elementary. They all died soon because of their small lifespan, and interesting enough, the names of the friends I use are not my friends anymore. I don't like Call of Duty, but the first time I ever played it was with my cousin. It was a zombie match. And my first actual real game was with my girlfriend, and it was Black Ops 2. And I won, very luckily, because I didn't know the ballistic knife can be shot, and I shot her. My first kiss was in a corner of a classroom in 7th grade, and it was forced. I would have loved it, but I wanted to be more romantic and not where people were telling me to. The first cell phone I ever had was in 6th grade, and the first day I had it, it was stolen from my backpack. I have wet my pants once during a family party when I was a child and was forced to wear my sister's pink pants. But my older cousin cheered me up by teaching me how to play Duck Hunt. The very first video game I played was Diddy Kong Racing. To this day, I still haven't opened that damn pig's mouth. I cried almost every day from the beginning of 2nd grade to 4th grade because my parents both worked day shift and I had to stay with my aunt for the night, meaning I never saw my parents that often. As a child, when I opened an umbrella, the metal bars that opened it got my ring finger and middle finger twisted in them, and I had to push one of my bones back into place. I have one sister. In 2nd grade, a girl started rubbing my leg a lot, and I told her I didn't like it. She told everyone I was gay, and it was weird because I didn't know what gay meant, yet everyone else in my grade did. The entire flooring of my house was literally covered with ants one day, and to get around, we all had to jump on tables, couches, and chairs to get around. That was probably the best The Floor is Lava game ever. I owned over 100 VHS tapes as a child, and I would watch them and then rewind them. The most watched was probably Barney's Great Adventure. I once stepped on my neighbor's poisonous cactus barbs at the age of 8, but luckily it was only a tiny prick and it didn't even puncture my skin. But when my neighbor told me I could die, my response was, cool. My birthday is on Christmas. My favorite book will probably have to be 1984, but maybe it's because it was the first book I ever read in my own choosing. I only have gotten in one fight, but it wasn't any fist throws in it. I simply jumped at him and choked him with my arm, but I stopped. I have cut before, and the only scar that I am 100% certain won't fade away is on my left arm, and that was because of a relationship. I take after my mother's appearance and my father's personality. I used to love going to the dentist until my sister had to go. It was her first time, and she was probably 7, and they had to have 3 people hold her down while they drilled into her teeth. Knowing that she had to go through a loud, painful drill, people holding her down, and not having me or her parents around her, I chose not to go to the dentist anymore just so I could comfort my sister. My main inspiration to make videos was Shay Carl. Seeing how happy he was and open he was when recording his life inspired me to try to be more open and care less of what other people thought about me. I don't have any special talents that I can do with my body. 5'11" and weigh at the moment 210 pounds. I am medically labeled obese. Most of my dreams are mainly me dying or being close to it. The only dream I can remember as a child is being in front of my house and seeing people I knew getting stomped on by giant dinosaurs. I never cried during Mufasa's death scene in Lion King. I only had a Nintendo 64 for a year until it was lost during a movie. Plus, not having much money, I never had the chance to play any of the Legend of Zelda games for the 64. The only one I ever played was Wind Waker. The only actual job, meaning I got paid, was working for the 2012 election. From elementary to 8th grade, I was always the top of my class. I slowly declined through high school, and as of this year, I have missed school frequently. Cookie and Monster is my girlfriend's and my nickname put together. When we first met, I called her Cookie, and she called me her Cookie Monster. The 3 is there because someone already had the name. I don't have any pet peeves. I have yet to find something that annoys me to a huge extent. Maybe my family. I never owned a PlayStation. I'm planning on buying a PS4 though. The first time I ever watched Titanic was in 2010, and I cried like crazy. I love Rooster Teeth, and besides a few videos, all their content never fails to cheer me up. The first convention I ever been to was VidCon 2012, and the first YouTuber I ever met was Philip DeFranco. I was waiting in a room with a bunch of other YouTubers to hear him talk about YouTube, and he entered through the 2 doors I was standing in front of. I stepped to the side, and when I started to say, "Oh, sorry," I froze, covered my mouth, and Phil looked at me, smiled, and said hi. I will eat anything, but if I had to choose a favorite food, it would be any assortment of sushi. Despite living in Los Angeles all my life, I am known to survive 5-degree weather. It is my dream to meet everyone from Rooster Teeth. Do you even lift? I have an OMG Pop account, level 328. Been there since beta. I have no life. And consider myself to be an introvert and have chronic depression even though I had never been tested for it. I have almost drowned twice, and to this day I fear being underwater and I can't swim, but I'm willing to overcome that fear later this year for my girlfriend. I play piano. Not well, but you know. The only game I have ever completed 100% is Assassin's Creed Revelations. I miss Desmond. In elementary, I was bullied so much that I wanted to attempt suicide. I didn't know what it was, but I remember seeing on TV a guy putting a rope around his neck and standing on a chair. I tied one of my father's ties around my neck, but I couldn't reach the ceiling fan in the room. It wouldn't withstand my weight anyways. I'm a very apologetic person, and to this day I still want to tell everyone I hurt, sorry. The main reason I moved high schools was mainly because of the people in it. I'm a 360 man. Sorry, people. I don't know what I want to do in college. I want to do something that doesn't leave me sitting in an office for 8 hours a day. I did that for practically 12 years. My greatest achievement is having an amazing family, friends, and a woman whose love for me has no bounds. And that is my 50 facts. Shut up.